The AirPods Max. Are these still the premier noise canceling headphones on the market? Yes and no. Let's talk about that. Alright guys, what's up? It's Quade here, back again with a brand new video. And so I wanted to focus this conversation on today about the AirPods Max. I may have read about this before back on the channel like years ago when it first came out. I think this was back in like 2020, 2021. I'm not even sure anymore. Like I have completely lost track of time at this point in time. But I may have read about the AirPod Max. I have them right here in my hands. And when I did a review about them, or I did a battle between the AirPods Maxes and the Sony XM4s, I said that these were the premier active noise cancellation headphones on the market. I have put these above the XM4s. I felt like they just had a better sound quality, better active noise cancellation, and for the ease of use within the Apple ecosystem, these just felt like the premier headphones to go with. But things change over time, and it's been a few years since they first came out, a few years since I have reviewed them, and honestly, now it seems like they become a lot more popular again, or for the first time, honestly, because the prices have now dropped. Consumers are now looking at purchasing them, but now they're all, also comparing them to Sony's new XM5. So, over the span of these next three videos, I'm going to do a little bit of a look back at the Apple AirPods Max, the Sony XM5s, and then the last video is going to be a comparison between the two and decide which one exactly is the headphones to go with the new price point of the AirPods Max. So pretty much what I did today, I just spent the whole day listening to music on the AirPods Max to do sort of a re-review of them, see where they at now. I actually haven't used them that often for the past couple months because honestly I just been listening to music on my Sonos Beam in the living room and just blasting music loud. Sorry to my neighbors. But I decided to get back into the headphone game and see, are these still the top? And I have something to say about that. First things first, we got to talk about sound quality because sound quality is, you're buying headphones, you're buying active noise cancellation headphones is for two reasons: the sound quality and the actual active noise cancellation and the transparency mode. Let's first focus on the sound quality because I know that's what you all want to hear. So, like I said before in the previous video, the vocals on point. The vocals is so clear. This is some of the most clear vocals I can hear in any headphones on the market. And for me, that's a big thing. 'Cause I'm a vocal guy. I say this all the time, like on YouTube, tweets, whatever. I'm a vocals guy. If my vocals aren't clear, I don't want it. I spent years listening to some bummy headphones that sound muffled. Everything sound muddy and the vocals don't come through. But with these, like the vocal just come through, and I just have such appreciation just to hear an artist's voice, an artist, the New York in me. Oh no, I just hear an artist's voice, and just like it's just beautiful to make sure that their vocals are very clear because if you listen to music, it's 50-50. Half of it is like the vocals and half is the instruments, so you gotta have both of them be as equally good as possible. And now when pairing these with Dolby Atmos now, because in the first review I don't think Dolby Atmos was out, but now that I have got to use Dolby Atmos with them and just seeing how that works, it's a whole new experience compared to when I first reviewed these headphones, because Dolby Atmos is honestly one of the best features that Apple could have added to Apple Music because it just makes music sound more livelier. It sounds like you're in a concert. It sounds like the music is being played right in front of you from like you at a live concert, like you at a festival or something. The music is like anywhere you turn with head tracking as well. You can turn over here, you're still gonna hear like that music come from like this side or this side behind you, in front of you. It's just like you can hear instruments in different ears, different surroundings, and it just makes music an experience to listen to with Dolby Atmos, and it's just a vibe. Like lack of better terms, it's a vibe, y'all. And I just love using Dolby Atmos with these headphones. And like you can even use Dolby Atmos with like your AirPods and stuff like that. But with these, because of them being bigger and having better sound quality in general, whew, it's chef kiss, y'all. It's chef kiss. The one thing is that's not too crazy in these headphones is the bass. And I know for my bass heads out there, if you're a bass head, these are probably not going to be the headphones for you because the bass is not that prominent. And for me, I'm not a bass head, so I could deal with this. There are certain songs where I'm like, okay, maybe the bass could be picked up a little bit. But like I said, it all comes down to what kind of music you listen to. I listen to from hip hop, R&B, rock, maybe a little bit like a sliver of country, nothing crazy. But mainly like pop, hip hop, rap, and rock. So for me, the bass is not really needed unless I'm listening to hip hop. Or like rock music, certain rock music. But I'm not a big bass head, so for me it's fine. But if you're a bass head, you might not want to get these. Like just being straight up, okay? Because they're not that bass heavy. You might need to look into some beats because beats is that punch. You know what I'm saying? And also too, your experience also depends on how well Dolby Atmos is mixed. It's when in terms of talking about Dolby Atmos, because there's some songs where Dolby Atmos isn't that great. Because I listened to Lil Yachty's new album. Let's start here. First of all, potential album of the year. It's only February, but honestly, it's really great. Listen to it if you haven't. And with Dolby Atmos, it sounds good still, but I feel like something's missing. I feel like I don't get that full Dolby Atmos effect. But then I guess recently, because Rihanna is performing at the Super Bowl, they re-released "A Girl Like Me" in Dolby Atmos, and that sounded amazing. It sounded like brand new, like remastered, updated, and it just sounds very clear and nice. You can hear every instrument. It's not a muddled mess, and it just sounds really, really great. So overall, sound quality, I can talk about sound quality all day, but what you need to know is that sound quality on these, perfect. It sounds great. It's amazing. And I will 100% recommend these for sound quality if you're not bass forward. So if you want like a more balanced sound, these are the ones to go with. Now, the second thing we should talk about is going to be noise cancellation and transparency mode, because that's also the next two biggest thing that we need to discuss. So unlike the first generation AirPods Pro, it's been 2 to 3 years now since using these headphones, 2.5 years or whatever, and I could say comfortably that the noise cancellation does not get worse over time. You don't have to deal with that issue that the AirPods had to deal with, the first generation at least. The noise cancellation does not get worse. Honestly, it might have got better. I think that might be over exaggeration, but it still sounds amazing. It blocks out the vocals, it blocks out those high frequencies, low frequencies. While I listen to music, can I hear my TV? Can I hear my laptop? I couldn't even hear someone walk through the front door. Can I hear nothing outside? It was the best experience ever. Cause I was just zoned into my work, and it just made my work experience a little bit better, because having to black out all the sounds around you and just listen to your music really helps you become more productive. At least for me. Now the transparency mode, best thing I ever had. Like people buy noise canceling headphones for the noise canceling feature. We're on planes, we're traveling and whatnot, and these meet that criteria times 10. However, the transparency mode meet those criteria times like 100, because I have never used any headphones that had transparency mode, and I haven't used that much now. It's between like the AirPods Pro, some Beats headphones, the Beats Studio Buds, I think it was, Samsung's various Samsung headphones that had noise cancellation, some cheap noise cancellation headphones from like Anchor, Sony headphones offerings, obviously. I haven't used any Bose yet, but for all those headphones that have noise cancellation and transparency mode, or particularly transparency mode in this case, do not come close, because Apple just know what they're doing with their transparency mode. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's through like computerization or whatever like is going on in the headphones with the chips and stuff like that, but it sounds like you're listening to music with a speaker if it's like the right volume, because it just sounds so natural. It doesn't sound like extra stuff is coming through the mics and stuff like that. It doesn't sound unnatural, because certain headphones can make transparency mode or ambient mode sound very unnatural. But with these, it just sounds like you don't even have headphones on. You just listen to music through your speaker. And I love that, because for me, I need transparency mode to make sure, what's going on around me sometimes. If I'm going down the street, walking down the road, the roads over here where I'm at is very tight. A car could hit me anytime, hopefully not. But I need to have transparency mode so I could hear a beeping noise coming right by me, because I don't want to get hit. So I use these for that reason. Like, I will buy these headphones if I don't care about sound quality, or like noise cancellation is cool, but it's not that big of an issue to me, and I really want headphones for like transparency mode. Apple could sell these as a transparency mode headphones and could sell millions, because that's like a very, very important feature that these have that just knocks out the park, where the competitors just don't they don't meet it. They just don't meet those standards. I'm sorry. So besides those like main things between sound quality, noise cancellation, and transparency mode, what's also very important is going to be the design and comfortability, because you're going to be wearing your headphones for maybe hours on end, and you want to make sure they're very comfortable in your head. And I can say that these are comfortable. There are some caveats to it, but they are comfortable for the most part. I just love like the mesh of the earmuffs and the mesh on top of the band, because it just alleviates the pressure on your head. You know, when you're using headphones, sometimes there's like a heavy band. It's like pressing down on you, or the echoes like coming in on you and hurting your ears. You don't get this feeling with the mesh because it's just very light, fluffy, and nice. That they found a way to balance out the headphone perfectly, where it's not too heavy in your head, it's not too heavy in your ears, but it just perfectly balanced, and it just makes listening experience way more better because you don't have to worry about your ears hurting over time. You can wear them for a few hours before that even starts to happen. Of course, most headphones will hurt your ears, and these eventually do, but that won't kick in until like maybe 2, 3, 4 hours on the line. And I know early on the weight was an issue because these are like an aluminum built, so it's aluminum, rubber, and mesh for the most part. For these headphones, and they are on the heavier side of things. So like I wouldn't personally wear these at the gym. I think I wore them at the gym a few times to work out, and it wasn't too comfortable for me because just it is heavy, so it was kind of like a heavy feel in my head. But I wouldn't wear this for the gym or anything too active wise because of the weight. But honestly, the weight is not that big of an issue. I like heavy stuff sometimes because it just feels premium. I use like, whenever you like, this is a bad example, but when I use like the Pixel 7, it's such a light phone that it just feels like a mid-range phone. And it's supposed to be a flagship phone. I like stuff to have a weight, a heft to it, because it just feels more substantial. It's a weird quirk, I know. So in the end too, they have plenty of features on here that makes these headphones worthwhile. So like I said, the features are really what make these headphones worth it. You have your Apple ecosystem. You have your MacBook, your iPhone, your Apple Watch with cellular. You have your iPad. You want to connect to different devices at this simultaneously. Say I'm working on my laptop, but I get a phone call and I'm listening to music on my laptop. I get a phone call and I gotta take this phone call. Have my headphones on. You can easily just switch input and your headphones will connect to your phone and you can take your phone call. I just like having that flexibility of being able to switch between all my devices very, very fast because it just makes it just becomes a seamless process. It just makes the user experience better. If I'm using other headphones that aren't Apple headphones, you don't get that experience. Or even if you're using these with non-Apple products, it becomes more clunky because they are built to run on Apple products. And when they added the Dolby Atmos feature and head tracking, like I said before, it made these headphones 10 times better because it just made the sound quality and the listening experience very rich and very of like an experience like event. Listen to listen to Dolby Atmos with your ears. It's just like being at a concert almost. If you want to play with the EQ too, if you have like an EQ app, you can make it sound like you're playing live, you listen to music live, and that's pretty freaking cool. So I do have some issue with the headphones when it comes in the features side of things, particularly in the high-res lossless option. So Apple says you can't listen to high-res lossless music through Bluetooth because it's just not possible. They might be right. Sony says it's otherwise, I guess, with their headphones and stuff like that, with LDAC. But that's what Apple is saying, and well, Apple can be trustworthy. I'm not saying the line, or they can't do it. But that is apparently like the case here. And to me, that's an issue with these headphones because these things came in at like over $500 for these headphones, and you can't listen to high res lossless audio. That kind of seemed like an issue. All right, like I think they should find a way to hopefully make that work. And if they make a second version of these headphones, I would add actual aux support. And with real aux support, maybe they'll be able to find a way to have you be able to use high res lossless music without having to buy any external stuff. Maybe there's a way in the new iPhone 15 Ultra that comes out, since it's gonna be like this whole Ultra thing, all these exclusive stuff in the phone features. Why not have it where the USB-C port or whatever they use for that phone be able to support high-res lossless audio, if that's even possible, I don't know, and then somehow find it to connect to these headphones or the second generation AirPods Maxes so that we can actually take use of the high-res lossless, because right now, not many people can use it. But if you find a way to connect the two and use it with the headphones and the phone, people will be able to use it and it'll be such a great experience. I will be overjoyed because I listen to high res lossless music through other means, and let me tell you something, if you're audiophile, even if you're not, you will appreciate it because it makes the music sound how the artist intended it to sound, and it just sounds amazing. It sounds like, I've been saying 10 times, 100 times, it sounds 1,000 times better, all right? I also have another issue that is a funny one. Sometimes when I connect to my MacBook, particularly my MacBook Pro 16-inch, the left ear cup does not work, and I'm not sure why that's happening. I don't know why that's the case. Very, very odd of a situation. And like the left cup is like severely lower than the right cup, and just makes it a very weird listening experience. I'm not sure why it does that. Haven't been able to figure out why. Haven't took them into Apple because that's what took them to Apple. They said I was lying and there was no issue with my computer. Magically enough, the computer started to work again, so beats me. But that's the issue. So hopefully, it it doesn't bother me too much anymore. It goes away, or they fix it in the second generation. I don't know what the issue is, but hopefully that glitch is fixed because it is very annoying when using the headphones on my MacBook. So the end of question: do they still hold up? 100% yes. Even for the new price point they can find them at these days, which is like around $300, 100% worth the price. 100% worth it. But are they the best active noise cancellation headphones on the market? I say yes and no. Yes, if you're in the Apple ecosystem, I think they are the best option you could get because nothing is gonna beat it. Dolby Atmos support, Apple support, everything connected to all your devices. Nothing's gonna beat that. But are they the best noise canceling headphones on the market? But are they the best noise canceling headphones on the market? I think we might have the answer in the next video, which is going to be on the Sony XM5. So stay tuned for that one coming soon, and you'll get your answer. But until then, these are the best noise canceling headphones for Apple fans. If you're in the Apple ecosystem, 100% recommend them. You get them for cheap now. You don't got to pay over $500 for them. Get them for around $300. Can't beat that. So why not? Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you all enjoyed it. It's Corday, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.